gender equality in the workplace. It's something I'm very passionate about. But something kind of surprising is in the last few decades, the percentage of women actually participating in the U.S. workforce has been declining. So we actually have women doing better and better that are in the workforce, but we're not actually getting more women to be able to stay. And so many of them are choosing to leave and feel kind of forced out. So I've interviewed a ton of GSB alumni and sort of had two interesting learnings that I think VR could apply to. The first is a short-term economic perspective. I've heard a lot of ideas of, it just doesn't make financial sense paying for childcare for 2 kids. I'm being taxed at this really high rate. Like the economics just don't make sense, right? And so when you start thinking about, well, just your salary for, let's say, these 3 years you plan to be out, okay, maybe. But what happens is, even just being 1 year out of the workforce, you lose 20% of your lifetime earnings. 2 or more, you're losing 30+% of your lifetime earnings. The second thing is how much harder it is to get back into the workforce than people thought it would be, especially people like GSB alumna that have a great degree behind them. So I think VR could be a really cool way to actually force someone to look at the long-term implications of leaving the workforce. Imagine getting a paycheck that's actually less than what you make today in 3 years. Imagine actually getting rejected over and over again for interviews that you really would have been able to get had you just not left the workforce. So it's a really personal decision, not advocating that it's right for everyone, but I think VR is a really great way to empathize with your future self and take a long-term view of the implications of leaving when it feels hard.